Hello and welcome back to the channel Bakucrew and Bakugan Battle Brawlers around the world. I'm BakuBrad96 here with another Throwback Bakugan unboxing. This time, in this video, I will be taking a look back at the second year of the reboot, and that is of course Armored Alliance. So I will be unboxing two of the starter packs. The Nobilius and Troxx fusion, that is Darkest and Arless, as well as the Hydras and Trino fusion, that is also Darkest and Arless. So both of these sets are really cool, just like I said on my Discord, and I have mentioned on the channel a few times, I did miss out on a lot of the Armored Alliance Bakugan. I didn't play a whole lot that year, I didn't pick up a lot of the product. So, it was really cool that I found these around the same time that I found those Diamond Dragonoids. Anyway, really cool. Really stoked to get these because they are new for me. And, these are older sets, so they do include cards as well for the TCG, which is a bonus. With that said, let's go ahead and get started, see what exactly is in here. I will go ahead and kick things off with the Troxx X Nobilius, just because the Mantanoid Fangzor probably one of the coolest designs, I think. But yeah, don't mind the packaging. I did open it kind of prior to recording. That way it would just be easier to get into everything, and it wouldn't take so long. See, much faster. Well, kind of. I still have to pop everything out, but it's a lot better than having to rip into the packaging and break all of that. The one thing I did forget about is this is the second year, so there's plastic strips. So annoying. But there is one, and of course the Bakucrew. And again, just to save time, I will go ahead and crack this one open. While I'm off camera doing that, I do want to let everyone know just a huge thank you for the continued support. It's hard to believe, but as of recording, the channel is at 628 subscribers. That is phenomenal, and that sure blew past any goal I ever thought I would have had. So just to have this channel going and just to have that much support, honestly, thank you guys. It's really awesome, and I just want you to continue supporting me and the channel. So don't forget to hit that button, drop a like down below, and let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see on the channel, what you think I need to improve on. Any helpful criticism would be great because I do want to grow the channel, and I want it to be content that you all enjoy. Now then, if I just pop out these other three. And again, second year, so plastic strips. Sometimes you can just feed it back through the little hole. Other times, you have to get the packaging, but that time I was able to just pull it out without any damage whatsoever. So, now that everything's out of the packaging, that did take a minute, I will move the channel mascot and my Bakucrew, just not to get anything mixed up. And so starting off with the Troxx X Nobilia set. See if I can't get the camera to zoom just a bit better. There we go. So this is Troxx X Nobilius. I already took it out, so might as well take a look at it first. Really epic looking Bakugan. Really good paint job. I really like the gold against the black of the Darkest Bakugan. Just makes for some really cool fusion colors. Now then, see what the stats are like and what cards are included. Now I won't take the time to look at the booklet, but it is the rule booklet for what I'm assuming to be the toy battling game. The action cards, that are included. 1 Meteor Storm, 3 energy for plus 4 damage, and to draw 1. So I do have 2 of these that I got out of the Rapid Fire Structure deck. This does make my third, so that is pretty cool. Next up is River of Darkest, so 2 energy for 600 B power and 2 damage. A very good Darkest and Aquas card too. That is really strong. I really like that, and I am definitely going to deck build with this card moving forward. Unfortunately, I only have the one though, which is kind of a bummer. And then lastly is Pyrus Spark, so 3 energy for plus 300 B power and double strike. Again, it is a card I have 2 of that I did deck build with a lot on the channel, so this does complete that set, and now I have 3 of this one as well, which would probably be good in a damage wins deck, considering it does give you double strike there. 300 B power for 3 energy isn't a whole lot outside of that. For the gate card included, it is an older one that I have shown many times on the channel, but I will run through it very quickly. 0 to Pyrus, 300 to Aquas, 100 to Ventus, 500 to Chaos, 200 to Arless, and 400 to Darkest, with of course the fusion symbol there. So Bakugan that lands on this in the toy battling game does use its fusion B power rather than the base one on the character side. So really good gate card for Fusion Bakugan. Now for the Bakugan stats, obviously Troxx and Nobilius will be first. Double Green Fist, B power of 200 with 6 damage, so already leaning towards damage builds. But it does only cost 3 energy to fuse, which is really low. So for that low fusion, you do get a B power of 300 and 8 damage, so not a lot changes there, but the fusion side has the effect that when it lands on a green fist, right there, it gets plus 1000 B power, making it 1300 B, which, if you have a green fist, you're using the, say, 150, that's 1450 B power. And for Armored Alliance, for the second year, that was probably a very strong play and a very strong Bakugan. Again, I didn't play a whole lot during that year, but I'm just assuming that that's going to be a pretty good green fist Bakugan. For that year, first starting out. Really cool, really interesting, low fusion cost, a good green fist effect, not bad at all. 8 damage also, that's really cool. So going back to the Bakugan, of course, here it is. It is a Bakugan I'm sure probably all of you have seen already, but one that I haven't had before. So it's really cool just to review for the channel. And again, kind of falling in line with my Battle Planet throwback unboxing, this is the Armored Alliance one. And I will be filming a Geogun Rising throwback unboxing as well. So to close up this Troxx X Nobilius, feed in the head back, then I guess like the wing pieces, if you will, fold over, and then the tail. Well, if I got it to close. Wants to be a little fidgety. Oh, seriously? That's just, it doesn't want to close. I have the Pyrus one, and the Pyrus one does close. I don't know what the problem is here. It is not, like, clicking together. There we go. Okay, requires extreme amount of force, but there it is. The ball form of Troxx X Nobilius, pretty nice. Just that black, silver, and gold color scheme. Won't spend too much time on that one because, wow, what a hard time that was to close. Next up is Fengzor X Manitoid. Of course, that is the fusion side first. Whoops, my bad. It has a magic shield and a orange shield core. B power of 600 with 2 damage, which is a little better. It has a stronger baseline than the Troxx X Nobilius, but higher energy cost to fuse. Yeah, so 6 energy to fuse. You get a B power of 1300 with 8 damage. So your damage does go up, your B power goes up as well. Not bad, but 6 energy, that is later on in the game. Don't know if you really want to use the resources for that play or play something else, especially in the 4th year of Bakugan when you have Nanogon, Geogon, etc. But still a really cool fusion. Manjinoid is one of my favorite Bakugan from Battle Planet, so the fact that it did get a fusion is really cool, and with Fengzor, which is pretty cool also. So now here is the ball form of Fengzor X Manjinoid. This is the Darkest and Pyrus. Go ahead and open it up here. There we go. So really cool. It does seem longer than the normal Fengzor. I'm not sure. Someone will have to fact check me on that, but it's pretty much the same design with the added claws or pincers from the Manjinoid mold. Really basic fusion, but just in the basicness, I guess, it's just really cool. You have some feet right here that kind of flip open, as well as the arms. So really small minor details that just matter, that just make it really cool. And again, the color scheme, the red with the black, it's just really cool. So to close, it's just like Mantanoid and Fangzor. It probably folds right in on itself. I thought I was wrong. How does this? Oh, so the arms go back. So rather than folding forward, it folds backwards, head in. Well, Baku Brad 96 cannot fold Bakugan. But in my defense, this is the first time I've had any of these molds, so I'm working with them on camera for the first time. But that is how you do close this one. You fold the arms back. But yeah, really cool design. Not a bad fusion, just a really high energy cost. Slide these up because I did review them already. And then lastly, out of this set, it is the Arless Hydras X Matrix, which, looking in the packaging, you know, when I grabbed it in the store, I assumed this would be an Aquos Bakugan, you know, for the main side. But I was wrong. It's actually Arless. So it has a blue shield and a helix core, B power of 500 with 5 damage, and then 10 energy to fuse. So the highest energy cost to fuse out of the entire set. That is a lot. Like, that is a ridiculous amount to fuse. Most fusions that cost 10 energy are just not worth playing. But let's see what you get for playing it. B power of 2200 and 8 damage. Not bad, you know, it is a really high B power, but I just don't know. Excuse me, sorry. I just don't know if that's really worth playing or not. But, I mean, it could be. It just really depends. Like, maybe if you have a turbo strategy or a ramp deck with Ventus, and you could play it out quickly. Otherwise, no, just use different. There are different Bakugan, stronger Bakugan. Still really cool artwork, though. You know, the fusion, the way they fuse the Bakugan and just kind of blend the designs together. Really nice. It's just competitively not that big a deal. But anyway, the mold for this fusion is really cool. As you can see, they kind of mix the hand and feet all together into one solid piece, but then added the detail to kind of separate it proportionally. So you get the look of arms extending down, the legs, tail, wings of course, and then the head up front. So a really cool mold and design. Just wish it was a bit stronger and it didn't cost, well, not stronger. I just wish it didn't cost so much to fuse, because 10 energy is a lot, but it is a really good fusion Bakugan given the stats and then the core lineup otherwise. Really nice there. So to close this one up, fold in the feet, arms, I'm assuming head down, wings, and then the tail goes in to lock it all in place. And that is Hydras X Matrix. Again, this is, believe it or not, an Arless Bakugan. But they gave it a lot of Aquos coloring. That is interesting. Very little Arless coloring to be a mainly Arless Bakugan, or at least the native faction. They're used for deck building. Interesting choice. But still really cool. Now just a quick run through of what cores are included in that set. Blue Shield, 300 B power, plus 300 B power, and then Fusion plus 400 B power. Blue Shield, Fusion Bakugan get plus 800 B power, so very good for Fusion Bakugan there. Helix, minus 100 B power, and then plus 4 damage. Fusion Bakugan get plus 5, that is a Green Fist. The second Green Fist, plus 50 B power and plus 1 damage. And then followed by, lastly, plus 150 B power Orange Shield. So looking at the time on the video, this is already almost at 15 minutes. So the next review I am going to kind of run through a little faster like I normally do and like I usually do. I was trying something new, but I felt like I talked way too much and took way too much time on that first set. So going ahead and taking a look straight at the gate card, here it is. It is one I have reviewed before, so just going to set that aside. Again, I hate when my videos are too long because I don't want to lose your attention and I don't want them to be too boring. So moving on straight to the action cards that are included in this set, you do have one Darkest Bark. It is a Darkest card, 2 energy for plus 500 B power. That is not bad at all, and I do have one copy. So this does make my second copy, which is really nice, you know, for consistency's sake or deck building wise. Really nice. One Chaos Scorch, so 1 energy for plus 4 damage. This is a really nice dual faction card for Chaos and Pyrus, and my very first one, so really nice, really happy about that. Definitely worth playing in a damage wins decks. Too bad I don't have more than just this one. Really good card there. And then lastly, Baku Spin Blast, that is, Spin Blast, yeah, sorry, just don't know how to pronounce. 3 energy to draw a card and then double strike. Again, a really good card for damage-centered strategies. Interesting artwork as well, not a bad card. So honestly, both of these sets had some pretty decent action cards in them. That is one good thing about buying older product. You do get cards for your deck builds. So that is a plus side. Now for the character cards, the Hydras and Trino Ultra is a double helix core Bakugan, which all of you Leonidas fans out there could see this as potential. B power of 400 with 6 damage, and only 4 energy to fuse. So there we go, that is a normal, moderate fusion cost that I expect to see. When fused, a B power of 900 with 7 damage, so a really good damage there. And then Shadow Strike, so that makes this Bakugan even better because its B power and damage cannot be reduced. Excuse me. Talking so much, my throat's getting dry. I have to get a drink of water. But yeah, really strong Bakugan. Shadow Strike, really nice to see, especially on a fusion. It already had decent damage enough at 6, but when fused, you do get that one more, and then you do get the added Shadow Strike right there. So, very nice. Killer artwork, as always, for those fusions. Now, the other Bakugan included aren't fusions this time. They are normal core Bakugan. Included is a Pyrus Auxilitar, double magic shield Bakugan, B power of 400 with 5 damage. Which, not bad at all. Again, for the second year, double magic shield, you know, you run the 650, you get 1050. Not bad at all. You have to look at these Bakugan for when they came out, not necessarily now, because of course they're going to be worse than nowadays Bakugan because of power creep. That is just a normal factor that always tends to happen, especially with TCGs or any kind of competitive battling game, if you will. Still really cool. And then lastly, Chaos Barbatra or Barbatra, magic shield and a helix core, B power of 400 with 6 damage. So on the same like power line as the Pyrus Auxilitar, just really solid Bakugan to be included. And can I point out the core lineup here? So in this set you get 3 magic shield and 3 helix core, which arguably the 2 strongest types of Bakugan in the game currently, and you get 3 of each. So really nice set. Swear, this is a really good set for the second year. The Baku core included 1 helix plus 300 B power and plus 3 damage. Another helix, fusion Bakugan get plus 300 B power and 2 frost strike. So really good if your Bakugan are fused and you hit this core. And then plus 2 damage. Otherwise, fusion Bakugan get plus 500 B power. So again, really good for fusion Bakugan, not necessarily others. Or Bakugan that are fused. You guys know what I mean. Now then, for the magic shield you get, kinda sad, 1 minus 500 B power 1 minus 400 B power, so pretty much useless cores. I don't think anyone uses a trap Baku core, because if you land on them yourself, you're in a really bad situation. The final core you do get is a plus 650, so that's good, right? Like, yeah, that works. Now then, taking a look at the actual Bakugan, this is the Hydras and Trino fusion, so really cool. You do see the Triceratops-esque design of Trino worked in with the lion. The way they kind of blended the hood with the horns and the main kind of design they were going for, really nice. The feet almost are like identical to the feet on Halcor Ultra, so that's pretty interesting as well. Again, the gold coloring with that darkest is just really nice. I'm a big fan of that. And with this Bakugan, you do get a little purple on the outside as well, and a little green. So even better. See if I can't figure out how to close this for the first time. I always seem to botch this, but I'll be hopeful. So I think it's like that, and then you move the tail around. Alright, okay, that is a really epic design. I like that a lot. The way the tail closes into like the hood or the mane, that is just really nice. And then you have all of the gold and the green, silver right here for the attribute symbols. That's interesting. One thing about Fusion Bakugan is just the coloring and then the design schemes for them both are just really cool. Spin Master did an excellent job. That is really nice. I don't have anything bad to say about this Bakugan, and I might actually deck build with it because I just like it so much. It's really cool. Nice design. I like all the gold there. Really cool. Moving on, however, because the video can't be just about him, this is the Pyrus Auxilitar. So in ball form, it is really standard, no jagged edges, no bumps, no roughness, just a good, perfect sphere. So, good for rolling. Don't have to worry about that. Little pop open here. And there we go. So, I did have the Arless one for a little while. It was part of the Bakugan that I did lose. If I'm not mistaken, the horn comes up a little bit. Yeah, there it goes. So, I don't have it anymore. But now that I have the Pyrus one, it is really cool to get an Auxilitar back. So, here he is. Not a lot of detail on this Bakugan, honestly. Seems like it was really just a simply run through production. Could be wrong, but just not a lot of painting. I don't see too much detail on this Pyrus form. But I mean, the stats were good enough, I guess, for the time period. Just not one of my favorites, honestly. I think it's kind of just another Dragonoid clone. Again, that's just my opinion. I don't want to trigger anyone or make anyone upset, but I just prefer a lot of other Bakugan over Auxilitar, even though he is cool. And then finally, there is Hydras Barbatra, so the B Bakugan. This one does have a bit more detail than the Auxilitar as far as painting goes. The designs pop out a little more. It's not so well blended in, but one thing about the core Bakugan, they are simply made. They're supposed to be a lot more reminiscent of the Legacy series, and not so detailed. They're not like Bakugan Ultra or Platinum Bakugan now, per se. But still really cool. So this is the Hydras Barbatra here. Very basic. You have the feet, the wings, the stinger. Very bee-like, at least. So detailed in that respect. You have the antennae on the head even. Very cool. So all in all, these Fusion Bakugan are really, well, gotta close it. Gotta close it for the viewers. So head down, tails in, stinger in, and then the wings fold it. And that is the closed Barbatra. Pretty cool with the honeycomb design on the wings there. Just makes it more insect-like. It would have been really nice if Spin Master did that for Sectanoid. That would have been really cool to have that patterning on Sectanoid's wings. But yeah, overall, that's really awesome. Really cool additions to the channel collection, and just really cool Fusion Bakugan overall. Be sure to let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you all for the support. Thank you all for watching. No matter where you're at in the world, stay safe, drum up. Remember to Bakugan Brawl, and remember, I really do appreciate your support. See you next time.